What's up guys, welcome back. Today we're elevating another childhood classic recipe. I'll be showing you guys how to make baked spaghetti. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. First things first, we're gonna get our prep work out of the way, which means prepping up these peppers and onions. This is how I like to prep my bell pepper. There's really no right or wrong way to do this, so do it however you prefer, but I like to chop the top off of mine, put it face down, and just slice around the core, leaving the core and the seeds intact. You can slice off the bottom piece, and you have all usable pepper. You can throw away the seeds and the core. Break out your sharp knife and dice these bell peppers into small pieces. As always guys, specific measurements and ingredients can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. There we go, nice small pieces on the bell pepper, what we're looking for. Then we're gonna do the same thing with one yellow onion. Nice and easy. Next, we're gonna heat our Dutch oven over medium heat. We're gonna add in that onion and bell pepper, along with some crushed red pepper flakes for a little bit of heat. Those are optional guys. If you don't like your food spicy, you can leave those out. Next, we're going in with my all-purpose seasoning, which is a blend of salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. If you haven't tried that yet, you can get yours via the link in my description box. I've added a discount code for you as well. Again, guys, working over medium heat here. We're just gonna sweat these onions and peppers down until they get nice and tender. After 2 to 3 minutes, we're gonna begin adding in our meat. You can use whatever meat you prefer. If you wanna use turkey, that's fine, but today I'm using 1 pound of ground beef, 80/20, and 1 pound of mild Italian sausage. Again, if you don't eat beef or pork, just use turkey or chicken for this and it'll be just as good. Maybe not just as good, but you get what I'm saying. Next, we're gonna use our spatula to break up the meat. Season it with a little all-purpose seasoning and a little Italian seasoning. Give that a good mix and cook it on medium heat for about 4 to 5 minutes or until the meat is no longer pink. If there's any excess fat or oil at the bottom of your Dutch oven, you can go ahead and remove that as well. Next, we're going in with 1 to 2 tablespoons of tomato paste and 1 to 2 tablespoons of garlic paste. Again, guys, all the specific measurements and ingredients can be found in the description box below, so don't forget to check that out. Give that a good mix. The tomato paste is a concentrated tomato flavor, adds a lot of depth of flavor to this recipe. I do recommend using that. And then another optional ingredient is 1/4 cup of dry red wine. Make sure you taste as you go. That's pretty damn good. Give that a good mix. Increase the heat to medium-high to burn off the alcohol. If you don't want to use alcohol in your cooking, no big deal. You can use a little beef stock or chicken stock in place of that red wine. We're gonna kick the heat up to medium-high to burn off the alcohol, and then we're gonna go in with 28 ounces of San Marzano chopped tomatoes and 28 ounces of tomato sauce. Bring that up to a simmer, give that a good mix to make sure all those ingredients come together and get to know each other's business. There we go. Now that is a good meat sauce right there, my friends. Taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. You can make it a little spicier with some cayenne or some red pepper flakes. You can balance it out a little bit by adding a pinch of sugar to balance the acidity. We're gonna add some basil for some flavor, put the lid on and let that simmer for 30 to 45 minutes. You wanna stir that occasionally. I'm going in with just a pinch of white sugar to balance the acidity from the tomatoes. Give that a good mix. Taste it one last time to make sure it's good to go. You always wanna salt your pasta water. Bring that up to a boil and then add in your spaghetti noodles and cook the pasta to package instructions. And here's where it gets fun. A lot of recipes call for ricotta or cottage cheese, but ricotta doesn't taste good and who the hell eats cottage cheese? So we're going in with 1/4 cup of sour cream and 5 ounces of boursin garlic and herbs. Give that a good mix. And then we're going in with a 1/2 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese. This is so much better. This is kind of the same concept as like a baked ziti or a lasagna. We also added some Italian seasoning and a little bit of chopped parsley. Taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. This is optional, guys, but it adds a nice creamy element to the recipe and it's just so delicious. Trust me on this one. Finally, we're gonna grate in a little fresh garlic for extra flavor. 2 cloves will do the trick. And that's just gonna be a layer in the middle of our baked spaghetti. It's gonna add tons of flavor. Baked spaghetti is one of the first things that I learned how to cook when I got into cooking. Let me know in the comments what your first recipe was. Next, we're gonna shred our cheese. It's important to shred your own cheese. The stuff from the store has anti-caking agents and it just doesn't melt as well. We want a good cheese pull here. We're using mozzarella and cheddar. Break out your casserole dish, and then we're going down with 1 thin layer of meat sauce first. Then we're gonna add the rest of our sauce to the spaghetti noodles. Give that a good toss. Oh man, that looks good. I could eat it just like that. If you guys haven't seen my regular spaghetti recipe, that's on my channel as well. I will link to that in the description box. There we go. Now we're going down with that layer of spaghetti noodles. Make sure you spread that out evenly. Preheat that oven to 375. Then we're going down with that layer of sour cream and boards and garlic and herbs. We got a little Parmesan cheese in there, a little fresh garlic. Oh man, this is gonna be good. Cheesy, creamy deliciousness. Then we're gonna top it off with that. Next we're gonna add a layer of that shredded mozzarella and cheddar. And then finally, we're gonna add 1 last layer of spaghetti. Basically making like a baked spaghetti lasagna situation here. Trust me guys, this recipe is absolutely delicious. You gotta give it a try. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know how you do it differently at home. I know cheddar cheese isn't necessarily traditional with spaghetti, but honestly, baked spaghetti is an Americanized dish anyways, and cheddar cheese is what we used as a kid, so that's what I'm adding to this recipe. You can use whatever cheese you like. Pop that in the oven at 375 for about 25 to 30 minutes or until it's browned and beautiful like so. Going down with a little fresh chopped parsley for a pop of color. Brace yourself for a trademark money shot because they are on the way. Oh man, look at that. Got to give you a moment of silence for this one. Look at the steam, the cheese pull, everything about that is on the money. There we go, we plated it up, a little bit more fresh chopped parsley, and the only thing I need is a fork because I got to go in for a taste test on this one. Here we go, moment of truth. Oh man, nothing like a good baked spaghetti. The leftovers are fantastic. This freezes really well also. You guys gotta give this recipe a try. If you like the recipe, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell to enable notifications. And as always, thank you for your support.